Hi guys, welcome to Mobil 1 Rally Championship, or Mobil 1 British Rally Championship, or even in some territories known as Rally Championship 2000 edition. In my opinion, this is one of the best rally games of the late 90s. To be honest, I think it would even outmatch Colin McRae 1 and 2, purely because of the fact that they used real-life stages from the Ordnance Survey maps. And yeah, it was pretty unique back then to have a rally game where some stages are as long as 26 miles, and it takes ages to actually complete a stage. This was released in 1999 for the PC in Europe and 2000 in America. The PlayStation version that was released in 2000 was European only, I think, and it didn't get good reviews, not as good as the PC version anyway. They still use the same areas, but the stages were a lot shorter and more, I think they were actually fictional as well. You have a couple of modes on this. You have arcade mode, where you have to race and gain places on each of the shorter stages, or you just have the Rally Championship, which takes place across 6 areas. You have like the Vauxhall Rally of Wales, I think that's where you start. 6 stages in each of the rallies, and yeah, that is exactly what we're going to do. Also, another thing, if you go into options and go into information, you get information about cars and stages, and you get commentary as well by former rally driver and former Top Gear presenter Tony Mason. So if we go into car specifications...
Nissan Micra kit car. One of the most distinctive cars on the stages, Nissan's Micro Flyer packs around 150 horsepower beneath its wide little shell. With only 1300cc under the bonnet, it's allowed to run in a lower weight category and takes full advantage of this, often giving the 2-litre boys something to worry about and comparing favourably with its contemporaries. Blessed with great handling, the Micra is a car that will reward good drivers with top 10 finishes. Jeff Jones demonstrated that with a series of good results in 1998.
So there we go then, just little tidbits in that lot, one of the cars. You have multiple cars you can have a look at, and there's also a slideshow that you can see as well,
one of the most distinctive cars on the stages,
which isn't too bad. Yeah, sorry Tony, but I'm going to have to cut you off there. So yeah, that is some of the little informations that you have, and we're going to go into the Mobil 1 British Rally Championship. And we're going to do one player, and we are actually going to pick the Nissan Micra Maxi. There's different classes of cars. You've got the A5, which only 2 cars represent, which is the Nissan Micra and the Ford Puma. Then you've got the A7, that should be moved across actually. You have the A6, which has a Skoda Felicia, Proton Compact, Honda Civic, Citroen Saxo, and the Peugeot 106 Maxi. Then you have the A7 of the Almira, Escort, Skoda Octavia, Ford Escort Maxi, Vauxhall Astra, Hyundai Coupe, Volkswagen Golf Mark IV, the Renault Megane, and back to this one. You don't have the World Rally cars yet. You have to unlock those by going through these categories. There's only 10 other competitors, or 10 competitors total in the A5 class, so I think it'll be a good place to start. So yeah, we're going to pick the Nissan Micra Maxi, and as I mentioned before, there's 6 stages per rally. We're going to do 2 stages per video because they are quite long anyway, and it's the only way I can actually save the rally afterwards. So when I finish, then I can come back to it at a later time. So yeah, Nissan Micra, and off we go.
Welcome to the Mobil 1 British Rally Championship. The championship is made up of 6 individual rallies which take place throughout the British Isles. To win the championship, you will need to complete all 6 events, driving in a variety of conditions over varying terrain in your chosen vehicle. It's far from easy, requiring single-minded determination and exceptional skill to succeed. This is John Horton, championship organiser, wishing you the very best of luck. Welcome to the Vauxhall Rally of Wales. The first round of the championship takes place in the treacherous forests of North and Mid Wales. Conditions on the narrow gravel tracks are usually extremely slippery, and with steep drops on the hilly tests and snow on the later stages, good car control is essential. The event was first held as a road-based rally in 1970, but it moved to the forest in 1975 and hasn't looked back since. there are some pretty illustrious names on the Roll of Honour too. Colin McRae, Richard Burns and Malcolm Wilson have all tasted the champagne on the season opener.
And there we go then. So, it gives you a little bit of information, background story of the rallies as well, and you also get a bit of information with each individual stage. As he said, there's 6 stages. You have Clocaenog Mid, Penmachno, Mirin, Hafren, I think that's Diffie, and Garthiniog for the 6 stages. 2 stages, then another service area, so on and so forth. Rinse and repeat. And yeah.
Stage 1. Clocaenog Mid. The first stage of the Mobil 1 British Championship is one of the hardest tests in the Welsh forests. It runs along a high plateau and its roads are narrower than usual. The junctions in Clocaenog can be quite muddy, and recent Forest Commission logging has made the road hard to read in places.
And there you go then. You'll notice as well that the length is 12 miles, but the temperature is in Fahrenheit. You can't have miles and Celsius, unfortunately. You have imperial or metric. If you have it on the other one, it comes up as kilometers as a length, and then you get the Celsius. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with Fahrenheit in temperatures, which, yeah, I don't really understand, but there you go. So, yeah, Clocaenog Mid is the first stage, 12 miles. And here is the first service area. Now, I don't really do anything here. The only thing that I really do is change my tyres. And, of course, you have to repair any damage you incur along the way during the stages. But everything seems to be tip-top condition at the moment. So let's get stage 1 underway.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
And off we go. Now, you have to be very, very careful. You don't jump the start. If you get a full start, then you get a time penalty, and you have to go back to the beginning. Luckily, though, not a problem. I doubt I'll be talking much throughout the stages either, so it'll just be purely the game doing talking for me, and then I can read the pace notes or listen to the pace notes. Another thing as well, I've turned off all the on-screen information, like the rev counter, the progress bar, and what position we're in currently during the stage. Just to make it a bit more authentic. And of course there's an option to put on a rear view mirror, but you're not going to need that because you're the only car on the stage, so you're not going to be looking at anyone behind you. I'll turn up the audio for the co-driver as well. He is a bit low, the engine is overpowering a little bit. And there's multiple views you can have as well. You do have the usual chase cam. You have 3 versions of the good old chase cam. And I missed my turning because I'm an idiot. Back we go. We're supposed to go this way. Oh, and a tree in the way. Oh well, we've lost a bit of time. So yeah, you have your usual chase cams. You have bumper cam, bonnet cam, in-car, or this view, which I actually do like. You see more of the stage, and it doesn't look so claustrophobic. I don't think we lost too much time there. I think we lost about 10 seconds. So that's not a problem. Now some stages as well are incredibly dark because you have forested areas, so you actually can turn your headlights on like that, and it is easier to see the stage, but I probably won't use my headlights too much. Unfortunately, you can't turn on the windscreen wipers, which is... that's my gripe about every racing game now. You can't turn on the windscreen wipers like you can on Race 07, but oh well. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy this game. This game is absolutely fantastic. The handling isn't great. The car does feel a bit slidey, especially when you let off the throttle or you brake. But yeah, this game is awesome. The only problem that some people have, or well actually a lot of people have, if you have a computer that runs more than one core, then you have to Alt-Tab out of the game once you get into the main menu and set the core affinity to just 1, otherwise you get audio anomalies and the game crashes. So, say if you let off the throttle, the rev notes should go down, they don't. It's like the engine repeats itself constantly and the co-driver just gets all confused and starts reading pace notes that aren't even there. So yeah, besides those little issues, this game runs pretty damn well. I'm thoroughly glad it does, because I used to play this game constantly when I was a bit younger, and off we go into the mud banks. The furthest I got in a championship was the Manx Rally, and then I just kept retiring because I was stupid, and when I was younger I didn't really, you know, listen to the pace notes. I would just go flat out and hope for the best, but as you can see, the slidey physics of the car. And always a struggle to get up this hill. I'm using the 360 controller for this as well. My steering wheel isn't compatible with this game. I have tried it and it doesn't work, so stuck with the controller, but that's alright. And of course with pace notes, the higher the number of the corner, the sharper it is. So a left 1 is flat out, right 3 is middle of the road pretty much, and of course you got the main hairpins in this, that and t'other. Chicane right 4, so that is a sharper corner, as you can see. I think the 400 as well, that's yards, so in 400 yards you have a hairpin left. But there's multiple championships you have on this. You have the A8 championship, which you unlock after completing the British Rally Championship, which we'll get on to once we've unlocked it. And of course you have the arcade mode, which I will do as well, because arcade mode is actually quite fun as well. And there's a lot of cheat codes that you can use for this game to drive bonus cars or just cars that were never in the game. So we'll showcase those at the very end of this playthrough series. Oh, and over we go. Hopefully that won't cost us too much time. Come on, get back over. There we go. Surprisingly easy to roll your car on this game. Shouldn't have done too much damage though. I think we just lost a little bit of time. But then this is a little tiny maxi car, so it's pretty light, easy to flip. Another thing I've noticed as well on this game, which I hadn't actually realised until I'd done a few tests, but if you look back on some rally footage, actual real rally footage, and you have marshals on the side of the track at certain points of the stage, when the rally car approaches, they'll blow a whistle. And they actually do that on here as well, so when you actually approach a marshal's post, you actually do get a whistle sound effect, which is like really, really cool. I never noticed that before until I looked back on a replay. It's unusual after so many years, almost 20 years, that you can still find little things out. I think we're coming up near the end of the stage anyway. Like I said, I turned off the progress bar and the position that we're in currently in the times, because I want this to be more authentic, so we have to see at the end where we stand in the championship, in stage times as well. End of stage. Awesome. And that is stage 1 complete, and that isn't even the longest one. And here to stand it, oh, we still got the stage win by 16 seconds over Kim Withershaw. Doesn't sound very, what kind of flag is that? I was going to say Belgium, but it's got a little insignia in the middle. Yeah, so there we go. They are the standings of the, what was it, A5 class. Only 10 cars total, which is the Nissan Micra and Ford Puma. And then we go into the overall standings, and we're actually keeping up with some of the bigger cars. Look at that, the Seat and the Ford Escort. 90 cars so far in this championship. No retirements after stage 1, which is unusual. You usually get a handful. And these are the overall times of the stage. You can tell I've done a few practice runs. My fastest time was 11:21. We only got 11:37 on that one. So, yeah, not too bad. Right then, let's get on with the next stage. Cool, so next stage then is Penmachno South. Only 9.5 miles this time, though.
Stage 2, Penmachno South. This is a hilly stage that goes around the side of a mountain on 2 separate occasions and at 2 different heights. The roads are extremely fast, but top speeds are often compromised by trees close to the track. The surface consists of sharp flint stone, making it hard to avoid punctures when fighting for seconds.
Awesome, thank you very much. So, the weather conditions then, temperature 50 Fahrenheit or as my friend John calls it, freedom units, and wind is only 3.7 miles per hour. 100% gravel, no snow, no mud, no tarmac, and the fine weather continues into the afternoon, sunny with a light breeze. Awesome.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
And off we go. Time that perfectly. Ooh. Now you can see the difference that the headlights are here. It's very dark until you turn the headlights on, then you can actually see what's going on. But we don't want the headlights. We'll cope without them. Oh, and over we go again. Bloody hell. I like the God rays coming through the trees as well, that's a nice touch. Ooh, almost. Do you know what I would like them to develop one day? Would be a rally game simulator, but you have to have a second person there. You have to have a co-driver. That would be pretty cool, actually. A multiplayer rally game where if you just do a single player, you don't get any pace notes or anything. So you have to have someone there to read out pace notes, which are given like in a text file or something like that. That would be pretty damn sweet. The poor Micra struggling up that hill, bloody hell.
70 junction, square left, loose gravel. 100 right 1 into left 3. 50 left 2 into right 2. Left 2. 150 right 1 into left 2 into right 2. 150 right 2. 100 right 3 into left 3. 30 right 3 into left 2 into long right 3 past junction. 150 logs, loose gravel. 150 past junction.
Now those logs can be a bit of a pain in the ass. They're impenetrable, and if you go into them, it damages your bloody engine. I know, I've done that a couple of times.
Right 1 into left 2.
Oh, and me tyres are now worn.
50 right 1 into left 3. 70 right 1 into left 2. 30 left 1. 200 right 1 into left 2. 100 right 3. 30 left 2 into right 2. 150 left 1 into right 2. 70 right 1 into
Ooh.
left 2 into right 2.
Almost.
100 right 1.
Hey, and finish.
Stop.
Awesome. And we lead by 46 seconds from Kim Withershaw. Not bad. Still no retirements in the A5 class. Let's have a look through the leaderboard, though. Caroline Lopez leads. I'm just 2 seconds shy of the overall lead of this rally. And 2 cars have retired. We got Gerald Tattersley and Nikki Wallin from Greece. And is that Turkey or Indonesia? Something like that. I don't know. Can't see the flags properly. But yeah, 2 retirements, both in the Ford Escorts maxi kit cars. And there is my overall time so far in the Vauxhall Rally of Wales, 21 minutes and 11 seconds overall. I am leading the way in my class by over a minute. and I'm 41 seconds off the pace overall in the other categories. But I'm third, so that's not too bad. And my time for that stage as well, 9:34.12. Awesome! So that was stage 2 down. We got our first service area coming up, and we'll do that next time, so I'll leave it here for now. If you enjoyed this series, if you enjoyed this video, then let me know, and I will continue with it. And yeah, I'll see you for the next 2 stages in the Vauxhall Rally of Wales. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.